Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name is Dalton. Welcome back to another episode of Garage 99. Today we are doing part 2 of the trans install. We just got the clutches out. This is the old clutch with the plate and everything. Brian, shout out to this man over there. He is helping me out. He's currently trying to get the flywheel off by himself, and I'm over here making a stupid video, so he's not doing very well by himself. So I'm gonna go over there and give him a hand. We only got a couple hours till he has to go, and definitely a two-man job, so I'm gonna try and get as much stuff done as we can while he's here, and hopefully drive it today. We'll see. Okay, so this one we just pulled off, right?
Yep.
So, looks pretty damn toasty. I'd say everything on here is all original. Even that's a little crunchy sounding. That one's also kind of crunchy sounding. But maybe they're supposed to be like that, I don't know. This flywheel looks a lot better though. A lot less toasty. So we're gonna end up using this one. Even trying to get the clutch off them pins was a pain in the ass because they're all rusted solid. So we'll get this thing on and yeah, hopefully everything goes together. We say hopefully because we're absolute professionals. I mean, I ordered the best guy. He comes half dirty already. I think he actually bathed in dirt before he got here. Yo guys, so it's been a couple days and we never finished the transmission in the last videos, but I've learned a couple things. One, you cannot, well, the odds of you doing this without aligning the clutch with a clutch alignment tool, which is this cheap little plastic thing you can buy for a couple bucks. The odds of you aligning your clutch without it, it's pretty impossible. What it does is it holds this into the flywheel in the perfect position. Nice South African clutch. And two, to align the clutch or the transmission up properly, it is best to either jack up from underneath or pull on the engine mounts and lean the engine back so that way you can get the transmission up on there. So now that I got those two going, I am by myself today. I'm gonna try and do what I can. We do have the transmission underneath there as you saw in the other video. So I'm just gonna get to it and see what I can do today. All right, it's been about an hour since I last filmed, maybe 2 hours. That clutch alignment tool actually makes it super easy. If you have any way to tip up the front of the engine, like by jacking it up or picking it up, and you have that clutch alignment tool, that once I got underneath there and started lining it up by myself, it took me maybe a minute. Super easy way to do it that way. I did get all the bolts in. I got the starter motor back onto the transmission. I'm starting to put all the cables and connectors back together. There's that cable right there, I believe is the speedometer cable for the transmission. I gotta thread that back in. Still gotta put the brace back up. I just took the engine hoist off the front. I think there's 3 connectors I gotta put back together. I have to bolt the actuator for the clutch on. I gotta drain the fluid. I can't forget to drain the fluid. I'll put the 2 bolts on the back. I think there's 3 on the front of the brace. Then this thing should be done. I'm gonna do some more work on that, but I don't know if I'm gonna finish that today because it's super warm out and I'm disgusting. And yesterday was my birthday, so I think we're gonna do something for that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is day 3. We're gonna get to it. We got a couple things to button up. We didn't finish it yesterday, so we gotta do all this stuff up here. Do a couple brackets and things to plug in down there. I believe everything is bolted together. You also gotta drain the oil and be good to go. Alright, we just got back from the store. To pull this trans fluid out from underneath the shifter, you're gonna want either a turkey baster or a syringe. So I obviously got a syringe. Pulled all that fluid off, and I wanna see if the shifter bushing in there, which isn't attached to the shifter, so I gotta pull it out. I wanna see if it's still good or not. Okay, well this is interesting. I just pulled it out. It has a metal bushing on it, where the other one, can't seem to find it anywhere. Where the hell did I put the other one? Oh, there it is. The other one's a plastic bushing. So which one do I use? I guess I'll probably go with the metal bushing. It might shift a little smoother and more aggressive. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just put the metal bushing back in. I took about 30 mLs of fluid out, so I put about 30 back in. I imagine it's probably good enough. I don't know how far you gotta fill it, but it seems like it's sat in there nice. We're gonna plug up the bottom now, and we're gonna refill it with our hand pump. I didn't show you guys in the last video when I did the trans fluid flush, but we're gonna use 2 of these. The other 3 are for my buddy Brian. And then where is our hand pump? I can never find anything. What good am I? There it is, okay. So we're gonna tighten that 24 mil bolt. I think it's about 30 foot-pounds. You don't wanna go any tighter. And then we'll fill it back up. Trans fluid, done. Now we're gonna put the tire on, drop it down, and finish the interior. All right, here's the keys. See if I didn't mess anything up. Clutch seems really light. Hopefully it still starts and everything. Okay, it seems like it goes into gear. That kind of seems strange. I'm gonna do that again. Unless it's just low on oil. Let's see. Let's get it out in the driveway and see if it leaks anything. Isn't that always the biggest issue? No check engine lights. Pop the hood, see if everything's good. Actually, you know what? Before we get too far, I know it was leaking a little something, so I am gonna put some more oil in there if I have any. That stuff right there. I'll go ahead and put some more of this in there. Just top it off. So I'm gonna let it warm up for about 10-15 minutes, maybe a little less than that. And then I'm gonna go take it for a drive. I'm gonna switch to my better shoes and try and clean up a little bit because I'm freaking filthy. All right, we're all cleaned up and now we're going on the maiden voyage. Squeaky brakes, didn't miss that at all. Everybody's out cutting their grass. Oh my gosh. Oh, transmission is so smooth. That clutch definitely feels like, oh my gosh. Okay, I obviously had no idea what a good transmission felt like because this feels so much better. This is what everybody brags about in Miatas because this is amazing. I think my buckles are hitting my roll cage. All these little noises drive me nuts in this car. I'm very OCD about all that stuff, like the front brakes constantly squeaking. Just all the things here and there drive me insane. Third to second downshift though. Alright, we'll go on 16, we'll get some speed, we'll see how she goes. Oh. This transmission feels so good. There's no hesitation in between gears, like you don't have to force it in, it just falls in. Oh, the third to second. I can't get used to that. It's so nice. While we're sitting here at the slide, all I gotta say is job wasn't so bad. Definitely helps to have somebody else. This transmission's light enough you don't need somebody else. Definitely need the clutch alignment tool if you're pulling the clutch off. And you definitely want to tip the engine back when taking the transmission off and back on. Makes everything a ton easier. So I definitely like to shout out to Brian for giving me a hand with everything. in total, it took me 3 days. I would say of that 3 days, probably 8 hours of solid work. And that's me not knowing what I'm doing. Yeah, just kind of go with the flow of it and you get it done eventually. It's all mechanical parts. There's nothing technical about it. You just gotta pull it off and put it back on how you found it. The shifter doesn't seem super tight. I wonder what that is. Just in 5th gear though. It doesn't bother me that much because how often do you use 5th gear? Man, the shifts. Oh, they're second. It's so perfect. That's what we want to see. Oh my God, it makes me so happy. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to bring this thing back home, clean up the garage, clean up the car. And that's an install, baby. Peace out. Keep turning those gears.